Forging Foundations. In today's video, I'm going to give you a look at a school day in the life at our home. During the video, I'll include timestamps in the bottom corner so you can see how long it typically takes us to finish a lesson and a school day. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, so when we start our school day, after breakfast, my son brushes his teeth and he heads upstairs and makes his bed and puts his PJs in the bathroom for our nighttime routine. And then he starts his independent work. And give me one second, little man. I just want to show them the cover. So for his independent work, he works on Explode the Code, and he works on a Handwriting Without Tears. And that's just for right now. Whenever we finish, because I bought a ton of these Handwriting Without Tears before buying the Good and the Beautiful handwriting, and after looking through the Good and the Beautiful handwriting, I like it a little better. So I'm going to be switching over to that as soon as we finish the books that we had bought from the Handwriting Without Tears. But what we normally do is, he just started, so I normally give him 20 to 30 minutes. Today I'm going to give him 30, and this timer I'll link below. I got it from Amazon. And it is awesome. It's super loud when you hear it. But he has a little envelope that we keep all of his morning work in, independent work, and then he goes ahead and gets started. During this time, I tackle the kitchen and play with my toddler. So my son is almost done with his handwriting. He has about 5 minutes left on the timer, and then we are going to get started on math. All right, so when we start our math lesson, we go through the daily dose, and if you look here, it has calendar first, writing the date, then we move on to place value, chart, we're going to count with pennies, and then we're going to sort with the Venn diagram. Next we move on to the lesson, and this one actually starts with a story. So my son's going to listen while I read the story. So we just finished the first part of the lesson, and it had to do with the story as we were reading, and my son went ahead and drew each of them and answered them. So the first, as you can see with this lesson, they were drawing children on a pond and drawing them in different combinations, and it started with adding for 4 and then taking away from 4. So they reviewed two concepts here. They reviewed addition and subtraction. So my son had to draw how many were out of the pond by following the story, then write who was left on the pond. And same thing on this side until all the children left the pond. So now we're moving on to the spelling chant. Yeah. So my daughter started crawling yesterday, and she is now supposed to be asleep, but wide awake and wrecking my son's train track that we just built. All right, so now my son is going to work on the student worksheet while I go ahead and get the bonus activity ready. And normally we do the bonus activity at another time, but today I'm gonna have him, since we're filming, do it all together. So I'll be setting this up on the other side of the table so that when he's done with this, he can come over and work on that. Whenever you have toddlers, they have to change activities often. So now that my son finished his student worksheet, he's come on over to do the bonus activity. and started working on that. So we normally start our mornings with Big Truths for Little Kids. It's a nice book that has stories in it, and these stories go along with teaching our children about God. And it has catechism questions throughout. So I'm gonna kind of show you what we do with it while the boys eat their snack. Normally it would be breakfast. So normally we start with the catechism questions, and we're still working on the first 5 catechism questions and memorizing those so that the boys know them by memory. So I'm gonna go ahead and practice. So first question, who made you?
God.
What else did God make?
Everything.
Yeah, God made all things. Okay, so we've already read A Party at the Zoo and gone over it a few times. So the next one is Daniel Goes to Church, and we've read this twice. We're going to read it 2 more times before we move on to the next story. And then there's these other catechism questions that go along with this second chapter, but we haven't started these yet, so we'll probably start these next week. So I'm going to ask you some questions about the story, okay? What are some things you learned about God from this story?
He's everywhere.
That he's everywhere. Do you remember what that word is that means he's everywhere?
No.
It's sovereign. Sovereign means God is everywhere. Okay, what else did you learn about God? Okay. So during quiet time, beginning of quiet time, when my 2 small children are taking naps, my son and I finish science and reading. And so right now he is drawing his observation chart for our butterfly unit that we're doing right now. We have butterflies from insect lore, which I will have a video next month, I believe, on the butterfly unit we did doing the insect lore kit. And then I'll also have a video on the arthropod unit from The Good and the Beautiful. We're going to do that right after we're done with our butterfly unit. So right now he's working on the daily observation. Once they form their chrysalises, we will go ahead and we will do some of the reading from this butterfly book that we got with the thing. And I keep the little journal he has here, which you'll see in the butterfly video, but I normally keep this journal in his independent envelope with his handwriting and his phonics Explode the Code books, because this is something he normally does independently. Now, there's parts of this journal that came with the kit that he will need my help with, so when we get to those parts, I'll sit with him and do those. But as you can see right now, he's just independently observing the butterflies or caterpillars in their little case. So what we do for reading right now, because we finished the Level K primer from The Good and the Beautiful along with the supplement, I did not want to start the Level K this year. After Jenny's announcement, I wanted to see what the new one looks like, the Level K, just because she said that it's going to be more of daily lessons and kind of mapped out a little differently. So I wanted to see what it looks like when they start selling those before I actually start. But I do have the first edition of the Level K, so I can start whenever I feel like it, if it turns out that I just want to start. But for now, what we've been doing is just reviewing letter sounds, words we've learned, and just using these little phonics cards I made whenever we were doing the Level K primer, and then this magnet kit that I got from Amazon that we just make words with. So we're gonna go ahead and just demonstrate a little bit of what we do, and then that'll be it for our school day in the life video. All right, you ready? So then for the magnet letters, what I normally do is I pick an ending, and then we start making words with that ending. So can you read this right here?
Ox. Ox.
Good. Now what if you put the F in front of it? Can you put the F in front? Leave the X there.
Fox.
Good. What about if you put the B in front?
Ox. Box.
Good. All right, let's change the last letter. I'm gonna take this letter away. And let's make some words with this. Can you say this ending right here? What ending does this say?
Og. Og.
Og. Now that's not a word, right? But we can make some words by putting letters at the beginning.
Nog.
Good. What else? What can you change the L for? Switch another letter.
Hog.
Hog, like a pig, right? Okay, can you pick another one?
Frog.
Good. What about the last letter?
Dog.
Good job. All right, nice. So after we do the phonics cards and the magnet letters, which I will link this magnet kit below in the description box along with this little
Cog.
this little box here for the phonics cards. I'll link those down below. Then we move on to reading together using our reading incentive system, and then we're done with school for the day.
Watching today's video. If it was helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about the video or the things that I was using in the video, leave a question in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.